I was banished here to this earth. I'm buried in unholy grounds.
Simon says, send me your address. I got a new cord that I don't think my cat has chewed up. Not yet, anyways. We're watching Simon Says. Came out in 2025. It came out this year. That's kind of crazy. The effects, I wouldn't have guessed 2025, but I respect it. We start off in Scotland in 1874. So, right off the bat, what the fuck are you talking about? They show this dude cutting wood, and then there's some other dude that's just him with a top hat and a scarf over his face just watching him. The guy cutting the wood accidentally cuts himself somehow, and just like he really starts bleeding. Can't show you, but he profusely starts bleeding, but it looks like it was just like a twig. Top hat guy starts, I don't know, possessing him, maybe? Or something else? First thing he does when he's got control over this dude's body is make him whittle some game board characters or something like that. This whole time, this whole scene, they have this guy in the top hat saying something in some demonic tone. I think you're supposed to be able to understand what he's saying, but I can't. I couldn't understand a word. It took me a minute to realize he was even saying anything. It just kind of sounded like grumbling. That's all that happens with that. Now we're in present day and they show a car pulling up to this castle. They call it a castle a bajillion times. I guess. Alright, that's our main character, Clara, I think her name is. She just walks in. She doesn't knock or anything. She's calling out for some guy, but no one's answering her, okay? She goes into this room.
It won't work.
I don't think that girl was scared enough. I thought she was trying to take pictures of things, and it was just creepier and creepier. But she was trying to see if she could get signal. Big surprise. There's no signal over in this castle that they're at. Can't call anybody. Whoa. Introduction to the second character. Her name's Dina. Her whole bit is that she's just an asshole.
Dina. Yeah.
Clara's telling her, I'm here to see Richard, and you know what? Turns out Dina doesn't live here either. She also was an invited guest that just walked into the castle. Turns out the two of them were catfished by this man. He was giving them different names, but he invited them to stay the weekend at his castle.
You know him? Clearly not that well.
Everything about that is so strange to me. So you met a dude online. He invites you to this faraway place, and there's no signal and anything, and you just walked into the house. These two women. Right. Okay. They go outside because Clara's like, well, I'm going to leave. Because why would you stay in that scenario? Why would you have gone in the first place? For sure. But why would you stay? You shouldn't. But somehow Dina convinces her, no, you should stay so we could get revenge on this man that we don't know, that lured us out to this secluded house. Do you see where I'm going with this?
We snoop around the place. Then, when he comes back, one of us hides, the other one comes out of nowhere, and bang, we got him. Nearest town. Hours away on foot.
This plan's kind of vague. Bang, you got him at what? What are they going to do to him? I guess this place is pretty secluded, and you got no signal. So I suppose they could do something to him. Maybe they're worse than Charles, Richard, whatever his name is. All of these names are very off-putting as well. If I met some dude named Richard online, I don't want to talk to you at all, let alone go to your freaking... No, maybe I would go to a castle. Also, they're hours away from any town. On foot. So, you might as well stay. Since it would take you hours to get out of here, you might as well stay.
Play the game.
They're walking back into the house and they show the top hat dude in the window watching him walk back in. She looks up there too as if she sees him. So why would you go back? Why would you go in there? Dina and Clara are back inside the castle, and when two more people show up, another girl and a guy.
Great. That's just great.
We're just about ready to come up here and give him a piece of our minds.
He was catfishing all 4 of them.
Well, I knew it was too good to be true, so.
Why would anybody like me like that? Why would anybody that owns a castle want to date me? Shut up. I don't even remember this girl's name, but that's so annoying. They go into this room, and there is like a table set up with like seats for each of them with little nameplates for the 4 of these catfish e's for the people that were catfished. Also, is it catfishing? Because is it catfishing if you use your own pictures but not your name? Sometimes I feel like people use the term catfish too loosely. Okay, so really weird. They went in there, all this stuff set up, and Dina is like, let me pop open one of these bottles and start drinking.
What are you doing?
Having a drink?
It might be poisoned.
Which, yeah. If I'm gonna be in this place, you might as well. Is he gonna kill all 4 of us? You could certainly overpower this guy, right? The other 3 don't drink the drinks. I mean, if he's gonna poison you, he's gonna do something bad. You might as well go out the easier way, right? And here's the thing, okay, they're like, those drinks are poison, but they all sit down and eat. So, you think they can't poison food as well? It's getting darker outside. They're eating, I'm eating. Clara's like, no, I think we should get out of here. But they all stay anyways. Why not stay the night somewhere where you think that you're actively in danger? You think they probably poisoned this drink, but let's stay the night. Huh?
And he's not a serial killer.
Well,
I think we all should leave.
What?
why?
Clara tries to leave, but it turns out all the doors are locked, all the windows are locked. She can't get out.
It's locked.
Where's the key?
I never saw one earlier.
They're not concerned enough about this.
The windows. They're locked too.
Do one of you have a key?
Does anybody have a key to this castle that we all barged into? No! They're just chilling, wandering around, snooping through everything, and they hear this guy ringing a fucking bell.
Ring and they will come.
It's Richard, Charles, whatever else they're calling him. It's that nerd. It's Mr. Catfish, if you will. He's ringing a bell to summon them. And they summon themselves. They come in the room. So, this dude's yapping to them about how, yeah, I brought you all here on purpose. Because I love you guys. I love you, but obviously I can't have all 4 of you. So we're gonna have to play this game.
Yeah, he might be handsome, but he seems to come with a bit of very unhealthy delusion.
Whoever I choose gets the castle.
Whoever wins gets to have my castle and spend the rest of your lives with me. And then they're like, oh, yeah, I'll do anything for this castle. Who are you gonna get stuck with this dude? He's not living, so you're gonna have to live here with him? You're already trying. No.
All you have to do is play my game.
The 3 of them are on board again, but Clara's like, yeah, no, this is so weird, no. He tosses them a contract, and I guess the guy...
Tony, you're a lawyer?
Checks out. Legal stuff is my forte.
Guy's a lawyer, it's kind of his thing. Looking at laws and contracts. Of course. The dude looks at it for all of like 5 seconds. He's like, no, this seems like a legitimate document. They all have to play the game. Otherwise, nobody gets the castle. Clara doesn't want to play still. Because why would you? Right?
Come on, you're as desperate as the rest of us.
You don't know any of these people. You just showed up earlier today. She didn't say anything. She's been quiet this whole time. Now you're desperate too. Excuse me. But she's like, yeah, I kinda am.
What happens first?
they're talking to him, and he just vanishes. And they're like, yeah, no, let's stay here. So Clara's like, I'm gonna go pick a lock and get out of here because fuck this. And her and that guy go down.
It's the real deal.
And he's reading that contract still. He's going over it a little more thoroughly, so I appreciate that because that first glance just simply could not have been enough. The other two women are just wandering around the castle, like, snooping through stuff. There's nothing in the closet. That was weird. Clara couldn't get the door unlocked. She couldn't pick the lock. So she's also wandering around. They all split up. Classic style. They all split up and they're snooping around this house. She goes and finds this book. And there's a picture of somebody inside of it. Whatever. And then as she's leaving the room, she sees this thing that catches her eye. Something like a box wrapped up in like a little blankie thing. Brings it to the other three people.
Well, that's not weird.
And they're like, this must be the game. I'm gonna get really hung up on this for a minute, okay? You brought these people here, you wanted to play a little game with them, you wanted to play first off, Simon Says on a board game? Not anywhere I've played it. Second, it was like hidden in a cabinet somewhere. If you wanted to play it, why wouldn't you leave it out somewhere? What, you expect them to find it like that?
4 pieces. 3 girls, 1 boy. I mean, we've all played Simon Says before, haven't we? Well, I would Google it, but can't get any signal out here.
Just real quick, just to remind you that there's no signal out here and they can't just Google things. Okay, so they just play Simon Says in a very different way than I've ever seen it. And they all just somehow know how to play this. It's an unmarked board, but it's chill. They understand.
No harm came from playing the game.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Dina. That man that vanished earlier that told you to play a game, we should be fine. So they start playing the game.
Is this a wind-up?
What?
Simon Says, tell the others what you did to your sister 3 years ago.
So Dina picks the first card. You guys are winding me up. You're trying to put one over on me. She's mad about what the card's asking her.
It's counting down.
They have this timer going that nobody mentioned. My laptop was dying, wasn't it? Dina's all pissed off and the timer's running out. And,
Of course. Catfish. You're all in on it, aren't you?
I've nothing to do with this. I've been catfished like everyone else.
You're all catfish. Timer runs out and she's in like the Stranger Things world with like just the most terrible edit I've ever seen. It's red. And it flips back to the other people, so she can't see them anymore, and the other 3 can't see her. She just vanished.
There is no escape.
Temporarily, because in a couple seconds they see her again all of a sudden. She's getting punished for not playing the game.
Simon says play the game or die. So be it.
She's upstairs now, okay, and he's choking her. And the other 3 hear it happening upstairs. Suddenly they can see her again, so they're trying to help her, but it's they can't. Okay, so Dina dies. Dang it. Okay, damn. Dina already dead. No sweat off my back. I didn't really care for her. Okay, so this lady's like, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna call for help, but you might remember that they're fucking locked in there, right? But they're like, no, we could just pick the lock. Even though that wasn't possible like 10 minutes ago. I think we could figure it out now. And they do, I might add. Clara's upstairs with the dead body. So she heads up there again. Why they keep separating, I will never understand. But she goes up there to talk to Clara, comfort her on account of the murder that just happened.
Poison? Yeah, there are some drugs that affect the body that have a delayed reaction.
How do you know that?
I'm a doctor. Was.
How do you know that? And she's like, no, she didn't get like strangled like we all just saw that weird shit happening. She was probably poisoned because she drank that drink. This is not how conversations work, but she's like, yeah, actually I was a doctor. So we have the lawyer, we have the doctor, both of them are disgraced. She's going into why. She's yep, and it's going on for an eternity.
It was a routine surgery. I won't go into details, but...
I won't go into detail, except I'm going into way too much fucking detail. You know what? Nobody commits to this thing either. It's basically like all four of them had done something bad in their lives, and that's why they're here. It's like some kind of Saw bullshit. First girl, she clearly did something to her sister, but we don't know about this. This lady, she committed malpractice, but like her patient didn't die. Okay, the lawyer, the guy that was a lawyer, he did something. I'm getting ahead of myself. So she tells Clara the plan, and is like, all right, I'm heading out. We're picking the lock. We're going. She leaves the room, and Clara somehow is on the phone, and she's talking to the guy that drove her to the castle earlier in the day. And she's like, can you come pick me up?
Hey, I'm Clara. You dropped me off earlier? Yeah, the taxi, yeah.
So they're down there, and this shit is so stupid. Okay, so the dude picked the lock because he can do that. The lawyer knows how to pick locks. And the doctor is like, okay, bye. You two stay here. I guess however long it took for them to pick that lock, the guy from the taxi earlier is back, and he's stuttering up a storm on the phone.
I've come back to the castle. I'm out the front. If you get this message, I couldn't get in. There's no one here. If you get this message, can you come to the front? Because I'm here if you need some help.
I couldn't get in. Why is everybody just trying to waltz in here, man? You never heard of knocking? I'm just gonna start calling him Simon. That top hat guy, he's in the car with the taxi man. He starts killing him. This is the same pretzel, just so everybody knows. I've been eating this pretzel for ages now. The two of them, Clara and the lawyer, are trying to play the game still without the doctor for some reason. They're like, let's go play the game anyways. And he can't get the damn thing open. That's so weird.
There's a piece missing. It's Samantha.
The doctor's name is Samantha. But fuck! Oh my god, there's a piece missing. Uh-oh. Samantha, doctor goes outside and the taxi guy's there. But he was just killed, right? Obviously, so.
It has to be here. It has to be.
I can't see anything. What does it matter?
We just need to find it, okay? Please.
Clara.
I don't know.
That little, I guess it's letting you know she's dead. They're inside looking for Samantha's player piece on the ground. They're both just underneath the table like that. It makes sense. Okay? Samantha's out there. The light in the car is on. You can fully see the guy sitting in there. But she uses her phone flashlight, as one does, to see something that's already lit up. So, dead body. And then she gets killed because she was breaking the rules by going outside of that castle. I was gonna call it a house, but not around here. It looks like he just ate like messy Chucky Sunday. Messy boy.
Simon says, penalty for leaving is disqualification.
She's dead, and now it's somebody else's turn. You can play the game now, because I guess it was her turn, but now it's not. Okay, so Clara and the lawyer. I love watching these movies and not learning anybody's names. They go out there and they see the player piece on the ground, and then they see her get taken off. Nobody cares. But when the lawyer's running off, his butt's out. Get a little peek. I guess they just realized that their catfish is killing them, even though I feel like that was... I don't know. I thought they knew this already, but I guess that's what did it for them.
Years ago, maybe hundreds of years ago, the owners of this castle, maybe they played this game, but it looks like they didn't win. Simon is a demon waiting for us to lose.
Clara's all of a sudden like very educated on the house and the game. She's making a lot of assumptions here.
Simple Simon says it's a nursery rhyme.
But that's it. What if it has basis in reality? Some kind of fact, like fairy tales.
This feels like how they were making all of those, like the Winnie the Pooh movie, Popeye, whatever, all of those scary movies based off of like stuff that became public domain. And it feels like they were like, yeah, that's such a good idea. Let me do like public domain games or some shit. Simon says, I can make a Mickey Mouse movie, so why can't I do this? She's also like, I'm starting to get the idea that, like what I was saying earlier with the Saw shit, I did something bad.
A friend of mine, one of the few I had, he would let me crash at his place, use his laptop. I found Richard, or whatever his real name is, on a singles website.
Use his laptop, and I looked up rule. Never mind. I got so many viruses on his laptop. He was pissed. I'm dead to him. I'm dead to everybody that knows me. That is really funny, though, conceptually, to be like this otherworldly entity, this evil demon, is on like Plenty of Fish or something. And also, how is he on the internet? Huh?
The friends I did have, they wouldn't look at me now even if I was on fire.
The doctor did something bad. Dina probably did something bad. So what did you do? What did you do? And he's like, I embezzled some money. And now nobody will look at me. Who cares like that? I mean, yeah, it's not like that sucks. But like, were you embezzling money from your mother or something? Because why would your family... I mean, personally, if I found out like one of my siblings was embezzling money or something, like I'd be chill with it. What do I care? Unless they're embezzling my money, then there's a problem. But frankly,
Should we split up?
Have you ever seen a horror movie?
does that get old ever? What are we gonna do this forever for the rest of our lives? Okay, so I think this next bit is like a time jump or something. It's something that's happening in the other world of Simon, if you will. And there's these two women that are hiding behind a couch. It's very discreet. No one's ever gonna find them.
I've been trapped here for 20 years. I made one simple mistake and you found me.
Also, I just want to say they show like 3 rooms of this castle total. It doesn't seem that big. I'm also not convinced they are filming in the house that they recorded. I love when movies do like villain POV. But he's not that short. He's just not that short. Why is it so low? He's like doorknob height. That's so funny. Simon says, I lost my heels.
Take this. Here's all the safe places.
Okay, so she's been here for 20 years, so she made this fucking map on like loose leaf notebook paper. And it's really good. Here's all the safe places in the 2 rooms that I've ever been in. Like, was he can't go behind the couch? It's safe. He can't go behind the couch. Those are the rules. The floor is lava, too. This is gonna be, like, the best part of the whole thing. Why is she's coming at him with a wrench?
I'm coming for you.
Simon says play the game or die.
Okay, so she dies. She really hammed it up too. Everybody else just kind of chokes. She goes like and does this full body shit. Again, Clara's just really good at finding stuff. So the journal that she found and the picture fell out, she's like, yeah, we have to go back there into the library. But she's like, I know exactly where to find all this information that we need. Somehow. Always. She always does.
There's an entry at the start. January.
And then he opens the book wrong and then flips it over and it magically opens to the correct page with the information that he needs. Let's not dwell on this too much. By let's, I mean me. I gotta move past it.
I met a charming man. I know the penalty for writing this down, but seems not to care about the danger or punishment it would suffer. He's invited me to stay at his.
Yeah, how is he getting people over there before he was on like freaking Tinder? How is he getting these people to come to the house? They're wandering around one of the very few spaces that are left over here, and there's this like random hole in the room with like a curtain in front of it.
It's a priest hole.
What?
Yeah, I don't know what a priest hole is either. Maybe I'll look into it. You're gonna get jump scared in a minute, so brace yourself. But it's not very good.
He's playing tricks with us.
They go back in there again after they got jump scared, and there's a box. There's just a box in there, nothing else. So they take the box, and they go into another room. And they open it. First thing, there's an iPad in there. And yes, the iPad is fully charged. Don't even worry about it, baby. Additionally, there's no lock on the iPad. So they open it up. And they're watching these videos that are on there. They're watching these videos for an eternity. Okay, and they're all really bad.
I miss you so much. I'm counting down the days until I see you, and the castle looks absolutely amazing. My mom's really nervous because she doesn't understand. She's like, Nicole, why are you flying out to meet this guy that you've never even seen in person?
They lost their budget on the main cast, and so I feel like they just pick people off the street to read a script, and some of them are a little unsettling.
Well, you're all I think about. My life was so empty without you. Now I'll never have to be alone ever again.
It's just basically people being like, oh, hey, insert name of whatever name he's giving to them for some reason. Can't wait to see you, and I've been keeping this a secret because of your high-risk security job that you have. Excited for the weekend away together. Blah, blah, blah. And then there will be like another person like, hey, my sister's missing. This is so sad. There's like 50 million of these. I'm not going to show them all. But one of them is one of the girls that is currently stuck in the house. They're watching these, and Clara knocks out, and she ends up in the other alternate world. And he's just yelling. I don't know. The last girl in the video that I was talking about finds Clara and starts... what is this?
He can only sense one soul at a time. It's that in this time period when he is collecting new souls, that is when he is at his weakest.
Whatever, this girl's trying to help her beat the system, if you will, and she's like, only one person can win, but if both people lose, and he's weak, basically, you could kill him or something like that. I don't know. I feel like they didn't really work out the logistics of this too well. But Clara seems to understand. She's like, yeah, okay, I can do that. Simon shows back up, and he kills this other girl. I didn't get her name, but I didn't get the main people's names either. So what do you want from me? Clara is magically back in reality, maybe? And her and Mr. Lawyer Pants go back into the room to start playing the game again, and they show they have a little game piece for Simon.
Tell Tony what happened in 2016.
What happened in 2016? She just says basically that there was a kid crying, and I think she said that he was mugged. I couldn't really understand what she's saying. She mumbles a lot. Point is, there was a kid that needed help, and she ignored the kid. That's her big crime, I guess. Not the catfishing thing earlier that she was... I don't know. Point is, she didn't help somebody that needed help, and she feels really bad about it. And the lawyer's like, who gives a damn, honestly?
Say you've more than made up for it now.
What do you made up for it? How? What are you talking about? This guy thinks he knows everything about everybody. Okay, so he picks a card. And this is where shit just is weird to me.
Simon says, kiss Clara.
Simon's a freak. Okay, so they took their turns, okay? And now the lawyer's like, what if there's a way we can get past this? Clara cuts him off. She's starting to seem sketchy. I don't know.
What if there's a way to trap him somehow? A way to keep him in the game. This game.
I don't see how. Should I roll?
Clara pulls the next card, and it's basically just like, you gotta kill each other. One of you has to die, okay? He cut to the chase. He was like, now that I've made you guys kiss, now die.
Even suicide.
Tony, I can't. We can't. There's no way that...
Simon says play the game or die.
They're taking too long. Simon's impatient, so he keeps popping in here, okay? Clara starts confronting him and is like, what? Tell me about yourself, man. Give me a lore dump right now, because none of this is really It doesn't mean anything. Fill us in. Fill the audience in. What's going on? What's your deal?
Yes. Or are you too weak to show your true self?
What are you doing?
To hide inside something means he has a weakness.
I was banished here to this earth.
Like a good little Simon that he is. Tells him everything. He was banished from some other world. You know, like how that happens. And he's like, when he got here, whoever owned the land that he was on trapped him here or something, and he needs to gather like 1,000 souls to go back to wherever the heck he came from. All right, I'll be real with you. It doesn't really make sense. He doesn't say why he was banished. It's all very messy, and I think they're just solidly blaming it on the fact that he's just not from here. So you don't need to understand anything else. None of the rest matters. Just know it's otherworldly. You wouldn't get it. Your little human mind couldn't possibly understand.
Until a plague came along and wiped out the final guardian.
Yeah, oh my god. Okay, so he runs through the whole thing about how he possessed that guy from the very beginning of the movie. Blah, blah, blah. Why does he look exactly like him prior to the possession? We'll never know.
That's why he can never be alone.
That's why he can never be alone. I feel like we just listened to two different stories, Clara. He said he needs the souls so he can have enough power to go back to where he came from, not that he's lonely. What are you talking about? Doesn't line up. I don't think she got the message. Maybe I didn't get the message. One of us is wrong. He starts choking. Oh, his name's Tony, the lawyer. She just shakes him out of it. She's like, no, don't get choked right now. Don't die. Let's go. So they start running again, okay? And they run into the kitchen. Clara hands him a massive knife, but she's got a little tiny knife on her as well.
I know how to beat him. Nobody wins tic-tac-toe. If he thinks I'm dead, you can get away.
Why are we talking about tic-tac-toe now? I don't know. Okay, Clara, she seems to understand everything. I'm missing something. Maybe somebody else will understand what's happening, because I don't. But she goes and stabs Tony, okay?
In the door.
He drops to the ground. She also drops to the ground, even though I don't believe that she was injured at all. I don't know why she gave him a knife. None of this makes sense to me. They're both down for the count. Tony, he wakes up. He's fine. He doesn't even have any stab wounds when he wakes up. And he just runs out of there. He leaves. He goes to a beach. And then Clara wakes up in the other red place. And that's it. She's just like, oh shit. Looks straight at the camera. Breaks the fourth wall. And that's the end of the movie. That didn't make any sense to me. I don't think the plot was really well thought out there. There's some holes. What more can I say about that? There's some holes. It doesn't make sense. I still thought it was funny. I still like the movie. I don't care. That's fine. That doesn't make any sense. Could be me. The effects were pretty good. They could have used more of them. I feel like if they were, in fact, in a castle, they should have gone into more rooms. It's a little weak for a castle. I would not play a spooky game to live there. I just wouldn't do it. I don't know, kind of rushed, but also really fucking long. 7 out of 10. Yeah, go watch it. Of course, it was on Tubi. I don't think I mentioned that earlier, but I think it's safe to assume whatever I'm watching is on Tubi these days. Thank you, bye.
Share this with all your social media contacts.